welcome to Empower. I'm glad you're together with us today. My name is Beatrice Chuchu, and I thank God that He has given us another opportunity to be together. The Lord has taken care of you, He's taken care of me, and that is why we are here. In Empower, we focus on people and workplace. And as I always say, when God created us, He created us for a reason, so that we may glorify Him by becoming who He designed us to be. And that is why we continue to discuss, we continue to have conversations as we look forward to become the purpose of God. And I'm not alone, I'm with Wangoi Steve. Maybe you can say hi to us.
Yeah. Thank you, Beatrice. Greetings to us all. I'm glad to be here once again. And I thank God that He has kept us this far.
Yep.
And I say, Karibu, be with us.
Yeah.
And we are going to learn together.
Wow, amazing. Welcome, Wangoi.
Yeah, thank you.
And as we have had many conversations recently, and looking at various things, today we'd love to look at managing workload and stress. We are living in a world whereby we are so busy, having so much to do, and sometimes is the way the life is making us to do so much. In real sense, as a human being, you'd not love to do so much, but life is putting us in situations whereby you have to do so much to be able to meet maybe your expenses, to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. We've realized even people are doing so many things. You are working, you're in school, you're a family person, you are in ministry, you have another side hustle, which even hiding from your employer, or even because sometimes we don't want them to know, because you have it, sometimes it affects work, sometimes it can be regarded as conflict. So you get people are really going through a lot in life, so that you can make it or you get what you want in life. So as a result of that, we get yourself in a state whereby you're overwhelmed. By choice or not by choice. Because some of us also you can make a choice and do so many things actually without really planning yourself for something. So that is where to have our discussion today. And I know that we're going to get somewhere.
It's a nice topic, Beatrice. And when you talk about managing something, it means if it is not managed, to manage is like to put controls or guidelines and all that. So it means if it is not, it can go and go and go and go. And the way the topic is saying is workload, which will resort to, if it is not managed, it will resort to stress. And all of us, when we hear stress, it sends us somewhere. So we have to be deliberate in managing the workload. And this does not only apply in the formal sector. Even from the, maybe what we can call the lists in our homes, we have to do it. And if we don't do it, like you have said, burnout, you find somebody will forever be tired, in a bad mood, irritable, just because of the workload. Also, it will lead also to neglecting other important duties that we need to do apart from the work.
And you see, you brought a very nice aspect of managing. And you can only manage something if you know what it is. So for us to be able to manage this workload, as we'll be looking at how to go about it, I'm thinking of this aspect, first of all, understanding what is this workload that I have. You know, sometimes I get myself, like, I remember there's a time I sat down and thought, like, there are so many things I feel I need to do. And actually, I was moving from one location to another, and I took my notebook and wrote and wrote and wrote. By the time I was reaching my destination, I had written like 70 things.
That's a lot.
That's waiting on me. Actually, I looked at them, I was like, what? How can I have 70, a list of 70 things that I need to do? So I realized there's need, first of all, to understand. What is this workload? What is it? Is it that the activities, are they duties, are they projects? Because when I looked at that list, I was able to see this one, even if it's 70, this one is not for now. This is still mine, but not urgent. It's still mine, but this one need to be addressed very fast. Otherwise, I'll mess up. You know, so you have to identify, first of all, what is this workload?
Yeah.
So that you manage it.
It's very true. And that whatever you have brought up also brings off prioritizing. Once you have understood, now you need to prioritize.
Yes.
And you have to do a tight sort of balance that is not sometimes we are not able to achieve it.
Yes.
Whereby you have now the urgent and the important. Sometimes you feel this is a very important project that I need to take, or just a task that I need to finish.
Yes.
But on the other hand, this one is very urgent.
Yes.
So where do you go first? If you go to the important one and leave the urgent one, the urgent one will come and stress you because of the time limitation.
Yes.
Remember, every task that we are doing, most of the time,
Yes.
it is limited by time.
Yes,
It is within a time frame. So you might do, this one is very important. My life depends on this one. But
Yes.
there's another one which is very urgent.
Yeah.
So if I don't do the urgent one now, it will come to stress me more than the most important one.
And the other thing about this urgent, because you brought that up,
Yeah.
it can also be urgent but not important.
Yes.
You see that balance?
Yeah.
Because something can really be pushing you, it's urgent, but in real sense,
Yeah,
it's not important.
you can afford to shelve it for
it
now.
can,
Yeah.
yes. But you see now that understanding.
Yeah.
And it can only happen if you deliberate and say, you know what?
Yes.
This is what I need to look at, all what I have in my hand.
Yeah.
If I'm working, for example, at workplace, even as you bring the aspects of prioritization, and it calls for that organization, look at your, what you expected to do by your employer, for example, or even if you're a business person, because even as business people also have so many things, you really want to achieve. This time is moving, now the month is gone, the quarter is gone, this second quarter you're almost getting to the half, so all those things are coming to you. So if you don't organize yourself well and look at those things that you really have to attend to, and because they're important, because other things are not important, they can wait, as you say, they can be shelved, but again, this urgent matter, if it's important, then it really need to be addressed. Because you also look at there are also things that we talk about, even prioritization, these principles of 20-80. There are maybe 20 things you just need to do and they'll cover your 80%. And you can do 80% and they'll just contribute to 20%. So you realize all those aspects comes into place that you really need to understand and prioritize well. Get to know this must be done. Even and when you're starting your day, when you're starting your week, when you're starting your month, all that. And also calls for us even at the end of the day to check what you're supposed to do, because sometimes urgent, important, but again you're not able to finish them urgently. And I love the aspect of time frame, because actually why we feel overwhelmed is because it's time. Because you have so much to do, but time is within time is not changing. But you have so much, and you have to address.
In fact, nowadays we feel like the days have become shorter.
Because you're so busy at so many things.
You have so many things to do, then you find, time has lapsed. Then something else about prioritizing and all that. Also, when you look at the workload, this is what I need to do. Yes, I have understood this is what I'm supposed to do. And I just look at it as a block. It can be, it can, sometimes even it can demoralize you. Because you are like, wow. All this, how will I manage within this time? But you can use a method whereby you break it down. You break it down into small tasks, and also you make it like a step. Like stepping. For this day I'll do this. For tomorrow I'll do this. This week I'll have reached here. It makes it easier. Other than when you just face it as a block.
You're right. And one thing that I've seen also working very well in prioritizing, as after you have listed what you're supposed to do, also go to your calendar. Calendar, for example, even in Google, the calendar puts it a day, a week, a month, but also this day is, it's in hours. From this time, it has all the hours. So I'm fond of just having to put them there, list them from 7 to 8, this is what I'll do, from 8 to 9. And the beauty with that is also prompts you. when some minutes before, it pops
reminds
up.
You,
It pops up. You'll see the email, see it pop up. It's time for this, it's time for this. So that you can also try to track what you're doing.
Yes.
Because the moment you're not tracking, you feel more overwhelmed. But the moment you see, at least I've achieved this one, that time was set for this, I've done. This time was set for this, I've done, and all that. And something else that comes with prioritization is also discipline.
Yes.
Because you can prioritize, but you're still mixing yourself.
Yes.
You prioritize, but you're still starting with the list.
Yes.
Or with what is not important.
Yeah. It's very true.
Yes.
You can have it all figured out, but the discipline of doing what you have outlined, that is what will count. And also, you are doing it, then something else comes. Are you able to say no? I was not supposed to attend to that now. I have to finish this so that I can schedule that. So that discipline is actually what carries the day.
Yes. Because you realize you are easily, and if you're a person who is easily distracted, then that means you cannot be able to achieve that. So what you're saying, prioritize and organize yourself. Start by identifying and categorizing your tasks. Based on the importance and urgency. Use such tools as to-do lists, task management apps. These days there are so many things actually that can help us to plan and even to prioritize. The other thing that is also important when you're doing this is setting realistic goals. You know, sometimes, as you have said before in other programs, we set ourselves some goals that can make us not go through. You're too ambitious, and it's good to be ambitious, but be realistic. And looking at the things we are doing, sometimes when personally I look at it and realize, Beatrice, you're in school, you have so much to do. Sometimes when you set and you say, I'm going to take 3 units this time because I'm having a lot of work. Then you realize, if the more I take, the more time I take in university, I'm also spending time. Every time I register, I have to pay admin fees. I have to do this. I have to so it's becoming more expensive. The more, so I said, I'll manage every day a unit. Then all these things have assignments. All these things have what. At the end of it all, however much you've set your targets that you want to finish your course within a certain period of time. And remembering you're not a full-time student, your employer is also looking at you to deliver. Definitely,
family also is looking at you. It will become too much for you. So it is very important that we don't bite more than we can chew. Because somehow it's better you do a few things and then you are able to complete them totally and you do them well. Other than you take so much. This I have to graduate in this. I have to do this. I have to achieve this. I have to achieve this. Even when it comes to finances also. You have to do this. You find now you're even going to borrow money that you should not have borrowed if you had only stuck to your to small goals that are manageable. So it's very important.
You're right. And it calls for us to accept that reality.
And not to be moved by. Most of the time you will find that the thing that is making me do so much is external. Pressure.
It's not pure you.
It's not 100% me. It is coming from outside, competition, want to match up, all that. So it is good we are able to live within what we can.
And again, just appreciating that you are unique in your own way. Even if Wangoi did it in a year, doesn't mean I have to do it the same. Because sometimes those external pressures make us have goals that really don't match up.
Unrealistic.
Remember, if you're going to do some projects, if you're going to do studies, you still need money. So when you think about all that, as you set your goals, you're going to be so much overwhelmed and stress will start coming. You feel like you have too much. Yet you could have avoided this by being realistic to yourself. And also your capacity and your ability. Because sometimes we are different. I can be able to do 7 units. Maybe you may do 5. Or 10.
And that is the best
And that is the best for you. So you should appreciate that as you set your goals, so that you don't set things that cannot be achieved. And the problem is when you don't achieve these goals, you end up being frustrated. So you are overworked. The workload is too much, leads to stress, a lot of neck pains, a lot of back shoulder pains.
You're demoralized.
You're demoralized
Yeah.
but you're blaming so many things, yet it is you.
Yeah.
So there is need to check that. And the other thing, as we work in a place, whether you're a business person or especially in employment, I would say so. And when it comes even to managers and team leaders, there is need so that you can address the workload matter to delegate.
Yeah.
And even collaborate with team members.
Yes.
Because sometimes why the workload is too much is because you want to have it all
Yes.
in one can.
Yes.
You believe you're the only one who can do it the best. Unless I do it, no one else can. It is this need to delegate to others. Let others do too.
Yeah, and it is a very bad attitude that if I don't do it, nobody else can. But then there are people who will even delegate, then they come and do the work again.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, what are you doing? I also remember the story of Jethro in the Bible, Jethro and Moses. He told Moses, you are going to die, young man. Delegate. And imagine how many more men came into what Moses was doing.
Yes.
So it's always good, delegate and hire people. People are there, qualified ones. If also you are in a team, you are the team leader, you are able to see the abilities of these people.
Yes.
See, this one can manage this one, this one can manage this one. I'm imagining of the president of Kenya.
Yes.
If he would do everything on his own.
It could be disaster.
Disaster.
We need to take a short break, then we'll continue from delegation. I believe you're together with us. Please don't go far. We're taking a short break. My name is Beatrice Chuchu.